Look out, because we have another show about the deconstruction of superheroes. This time, we get all edgy with violence, potty mouths, and flying just under the radar of using copyrighted comic book characters. Put the kids to bed, because this ain't Justice League, it's the Guardians of Justice. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Yes, we have another superhero show, and let's just bloody get straight into it with The Guardians of Justice. Created by Ali Shankar, who has produced a shitload of stuff before, and has also acted in a few things here and there. This is an alternative universe where we've had 3 world wars, the last one being in the 40s, but we had a superhero, or an alien I should say, fly down by the name of Miracle Man, come down, stop the war, and he's been fighting crime ever since. And of course, through the years of fighting crime, he has recruited some people on his team called the Guardians of Justice. Yes, this is the non-copyrighted version of the Justice League. We get King Tsunami, our Golden Goddess, and the pseudo-leader here, Nighthawk, who is played by ex-wrestler and yoga extraordinaire DDP. Self-high five! The team have been fighting together for decades, and they're a bit grizzled by this point, but Miracle Man gets a bit depresso espresso and decides to commit suicide on public TV. That's right, he kills himself with a Caltronite bullet. There you go, mainstream media news. You should be taking some notes. Now the Earth's protector is dead and gone, this show goes full-blown Justice League, and, crime goes on the rise, and world leaders aren't getting along, and they're on the brink of another world war. Too soon? However, some believe that Miracle Man actually didn't commit suicide upon looking back at the recording, and then it's up to Nighthawk to do a bit of investigation. Upon doing this, he starts discovering that it may have been one of the Guardians themselves. Hey, Invincible! Shh. It's enough. Bit of shush, please. You can probably tell by the trailer that this show doesn't have a lot of money in the budget. It plays the low-budget exploitation thing very well, and it all looks like it was filmed in a warehouse with a bit of different set dressing. But to cover up the lack of money, they have a bukkake party of other mediums inserted in to distract you. You know, they have obvious miniatures, animation, claymation, 16-bit retro gaming, cheap CGI, and some Sin City-style green screen work, and more synth than you would get with a gangbang between Flock of Seagulls and Daft Punk. And with all this going on, I honestly couldn't really tell what the fuck was going on at any given time. This show is filmed in full ADHD. It was like I was staring at a strobe light for 3.5 hours. It's perfect for the TikTok generation, however, I don't think they're going to watch it because Zendaya's not in it. All up, it's about 7 episodes, roughly half an hour each episode, so there's that. It also looks like they've hired the best cosplayers in the business to do their costumes. It all comes across like one of those fan-made YouTube shorts, you know? Almost like Netflix is grabbing any content creator to create content for content creating's sake. I honestly was surprised I didn't see Bruce Willis pop up in this too. It's full exploitation, you know, kind of something you would probably find at Monsterfest. The best character though was their pseudo version of Nightwing called Red Talon. Here he's played by professional wrestler John Hannigan, and he was pretty good. He was the most charismatic on screen, that's for sure. He's pretty much playing an 80s action caricature here, and always playing it straight, which, you know, the humour for that lands. And yeah, he was clearly having fun with it. He was great. The show knows what it is. It's not trying to be Marvel, it's not trying to be DC. It's the bootleg universe version of The Boys, The Watchmen, Jupiter Ascending, and Invincible. I am, however, getting tired of these deconstructed superhero shows, I'm not going to lie. We keep seeing writers trying to make their sort of pseudo-Superman fill-in to be a bit more edgy and have like a darker inner turmoil. Like they're not all perfect and good. It's almost like the writers these days can't relate to what's good and pure. And that's the world we're living in right now, isn't it? It's like we're living in a narcissistic dystopian future where the writers seem to be siding with the bad guys because they're misunderstood. These writers can't relate to characters unless, you know, they're flawed like them, or they look like them, or they have the same sexuality as them. It's really fucking sad. As a little boy, I grew up idolising characters like Captain America and Superman and stuff because they were good and justice and wholesome, and it made me want to be a better person, to grow up and be some form of a hero, whatever that may have been for me. It made me want to be a better person. But we can't have that in media anymore, no, because that's boring. Or more accurately, these writers and stuff, they can't see themselves in these characters going full-blown narcissist, or more accurately, they have a mirror held up to them and it shows them how much of a shitty person they really are. So we can't have wholesome characters anymore. That's not out. Anyway, rant over. Yeah, I didn't like this show. It should have been the perfect marriage made in heaven for me. You know, that sort of low-budget, sort of Psycho Gormany thing with superheroes. Boom. But yeah, I just didn't like it at all. I felt like I was having an aneurysm of just what the hell was going on at any given time. But anyway, there you go. The Guardians of Justice on Netflix, streaming right now. Check it out if you wish, if it's your bag. And yeah, and guys, write down below, what is your favourite sort of show or adaptation of one of these deconstructed superhero shows? And if there's one that I haven't seen, I'll watch it. Maybe. And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up, because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and shows, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon, because we give it episodes weekly, and we'll see you back here next week for the next review. And until then, stay super, kids.